Hello Tigers, Mr. Sears here. I have a few updates from our counseling department that I wanted to go over. First and foremost is I want to give you an update on our head counselor position. Miss Blair Park, as most of you know, is out on maternity leave, and prior to leaving, she has stepped down as our head counselor. And with that change, we have elevated Miss Kim Spence to be our new head counselor. So when you see Miss Spence, please congratulate her. So if there's any information that you would need from the head counselor, Miss Spence is the correct person for the remainder of this school year and moving forward. There are a few other updates from the counseling department that I need each and every teacher to remember. This is an update from the beginning of the school year. I know that we have a lot of new people that have come on board since the beginning of the year. So I wanted to go over some very important information and reminders for everyone as well. Every person in this building is a mandated reporter under Georgia law. All signs of abuse are required to be reported to DFACS immediately and no later than 24 hours. You can lose your teaching certificate and serve jail time if you do not report. So, in another related issue, if a student is in crisis and asked to see a counselor, if the student is able to stay in your classroom, please email 511 Counseling stating that the student needs to see a counselor today and let the student know counseling has been contacted and will follow up with the student. If a student cannot remain in the classroom, email 511 Counseling and 511 Administration and state that the student needs to see someone immediately. If it's an emergency, though, hit the white button. Now, moving back to the mandated reporter. If a student discloses any form of abuse, you are to report it to an administrator or a counselor immediately. Do not wait until the end of the day. With or without proof, you need to report. It is not your job to investigate. It is our job to report. You must report even if a student asks you to keep it confidential. All right, DFACS does not disclose to parents who made the report. So the teacher, administrator, and counselor must follow Georgia law, PSC ethical codes, and Gwinnett County policy and procedures when reporting abuse. The school has 24 hours to make a report, and that 24 hours starts when a student reports the abuse. So you must report this information before 2 p.m. by one of the following methods: by walking to the nearest administrator's office, walking to the counseling office, either down in the basement with our 9th grade counselors or on the main floor, or by sending a brief, nondescript email to 511 Administration and 511 Counseling and say the following: I have a concern about a student. Can you please come to my room? Do not provide full details in the body of the email. Simply provide that short statement, and then someone will come and follow up with you. Also, attendance. As Mr. Grimes will remind you as well, taking attendance is imperative that you take it every single day, every period. DFACS will be meeting with children at school. We need to be able to communicate with DFACS if a child is present or if they were at home. So it's imperative that all students are accurately accounted for. However, keeping accurate records of attendance for students on safety plans is key when we are notified when a student is absent from class. So Tigers, please make sure that you review those. We also are going to be providing a handout with the full reminders in your boxes. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or any of the counselors, especially Ms. Spence, and we can answer any questions that you may have. So we are all in the business of keeping all of our Tigers safe, and we need to remember the proper protocols when students are in need. Thank you, Tigers, and have a great day.